All that starts to change. Because one day he's at work during a routine procedure on a patient, and he fails to maintain the patient's airway, which is basically his job being an anesthesiologist. And so the patient stops breathing. And this is a huge screw up on his part. And the surgical center he works for, they can't let this slide. And they launch an investigation into him. And this is really scary for Ronaldo. I mean, he already has a prior disciplinary action on his record, and if they find him at fault for this, he could lose his medical license, which means his entire career would be over, and he ain't about to let that happen. So Ronaldo comes up with an insane plan. He's going to make his coworkers look just as bad as him. I guess the logic is that if other doctors there start making mistakes during their surgeries too, then Ronaldo won't look like the worst doctor there anymore. It's wild. So 2 days after he's told that his bosses at the surgical center are investigating him, he gets to work. So at the surgery center, there is a warming bin in one of the hallways. And there they keep a bunch of IV bags, heated, in case a patient needs one. Which means that any staff member can grab a bag from there at any time. So when no one is around, Ronaldo goes to the warming bin and he starts taking a few IV bags out at a time. And then he will inject them with a bunch of dangerous drugs, basically poison. Then he'll put the bags back into the warmer for other doctors to unknowingly use. And here he is on security camera, and you can see him opening the warming bin and messing around in there. I'm not sure what he's doing. But here's the thing. This evil plan actually works. And soon enough, a woman comes to the hospital for some kind of routine surgery, and one of the staff, without realizing it, hooks her up to one of the tainted IV bags. The next thing you know, her blood pressure spikes, and she goes into cardiac arrest. Now, luckily, the doctors are able to perform a life-saving procedure, and she survives. Regardless, Ronaldo is happy that his plan was successful. I mean, he got to cause chaos for the other doctors and make them look bad, so he wants to do it again. And so at one point, a different woman comes to the hospital to get a stomach surgery. And sure enough, one of the staff unknowingly hooks her up to one of the tainted IV bags, and pretty quickly, like the woman before her, her blood pressure spikes and she goes into cardiac arrest. And ultimately, the doctors have to send her to the intensive care unit to make sure that, she doesn't die. And so Ronaldo keeps doing this again and again and again. And over the next several months, 4 patients suffer cardiac emergencies, and there are 13